Top 10 Richest Asian Countries. Anybody who's on the web realizes that Asia houses areas of strength for any of the world's tycoons, thus the film, Insane Rich Asians. In any case, have you at any point pondered which is the most extravagant country in Asia? As far as both ostensible and buying power equality gross domestic product, the economy of Asia is extending at a quicker rate than some other districts in the globe. Even though it would be the fastest choice, the monetary contrasts in the most extravagant country in Asia are a vital wellspring of the continuous strain that exists there. Notwithstanding this glaring disparity, the rich of the rich can in any case be tracked down in these nations. In this video, we've recorded the best 10 most extravagant countries in Asia. Number 10. Korea Republic. The 10th most extravagant country in Asia is a country that might be tracked down in East Asia, making up the southern part of the Korean promontory, and being situated toward the east of the primary landmass of Asia. In certain circles, it is now and again alluded to as South Korea. One of the G20 significant nations, it has a market economy that positions 11th ostensibly and 13th, concerning buying power equality gross domestic product on the planet. Number 9. Israel. Its situation on the southeastern shoreline of the Mediterranean Ocean and the northern bank of the Red Ocean gives it a double shoreline. This nation is one of the most extravagant Asian nations, got a positioning of 16th in the Worldwide Seriousness Report distributed by the World Financial Discussion and a positioning of 54th on the simplicity of carrying on with work file distributed by the World Bank. Number 8. Japan. It runs from the Ocean of Okhotsk in the north toward the East China Ocean, and China in the southwest, and is tracked down in the Pacific Sea. It is situated off the eastern bank of the Asian Central area. This nation, when estimated with regards to ostensible gross domestic product, is the third biggest public economy on the planet and one of the most extravagant countries in Asia, behind just the US and China. Be that as it may, when estimated as far as buying power equality, it is the fourth biggest public economy on the planet, behind just the US, China, and India. Number 7. Hong Kong. The Individual's Republic of China has assigned this region as an exceptional managerial district, and it very well may be tracked down in the southern piece of the country, on the Pearl Waterway estuary that points toward the east. Starting around 1995, it has kept up with its situation as the main spot on the list of monetary opportunities kept up by the legacy establishment, and is thought about as one of the most extravagant countries in Asia also. Despite this, the district keeps on battling with a somewhat elevated degree of pay uniqueness. Number 6. Joined Middle Easterner Emirates. It is arranged at the southeastern tip of the Middle Eastern landmass on the Persian Bay, imparting oceanic lines to Qatar toward the west and Iran toward the north. Oman and Saudi Arabia are its territory-based neighbors toward the east and south, separately, while Saudi Arabia is its property-based neighbor toward the north. It is the second biggest economy in the GCC, after Saudi Arabia, and as per the Carrying On with Work 2017 report distributed by the World Bank Gathering, it is positioned as the 26th best country on the planet for a leading business given its financial and administrative climate, and it is likewise considered among the main 10 most extravagant country in Asia. Number 5. Kuwait. Putting 5th on the rundown is Kuwait. It is lined toward the west by Iraq, and toward the south by Saudi Arabia. In this way it is viewed as a piece of Asia. Almost 10% of worldwide oil holds start in Kuwait. With such a huge oil supply, it's nothing unexpected that oil creates roughly 50% of the nation's gross domestic product. Not at all like Brunei, Kuwait has done barely anything to attempt to expand its economy away from oil. A stunning 95% of government pay and commodity income in Kuwait comes from oil. Thus, the decrease in oil costs caused Kuwait's products to drop by practically half last year. Also, Kuwait is supposed to run its most memorable current account deficiency starting around 1992 this year. Thus, even though Kuwait at present positions 4th among the most extravagant nations on the planet, things aren't looking so brilliant. On top of their oil hardships, political pressures are intense in the country. Government specialists have gotten serious about disagreeing making a move against people, gatherings, and resistance media. While I'm generally sure about the choices for putting resources into the Center East, it's wise to be wary when a nation is wound this tight both strategically and financially. Its economy creates a critical degree of pay and is upheld by the sixth biggest oil savings on the planet, making it a rich country in Asia. Number 4. Brunei. It very well may be tracked down in Southeast Asia, in particular on the northern shore of the island of Borneo. It is at times alluded to as the country of Brunei, which in a real sense signifies the dwelling place of harmony. It flaunts a prosperous economy that is a blend of worldwide and homegrown undertakings, unofficial law, and government assistance measures, and then proceeded with the training of town customs, which represents it as one of the most extravagant countries in Asia. Number 3. Singapore. Third on the rundown is a well-known and rich Asian country for vacationers, which is Singapore. It is situated in Southeast Asia and is both a sovereign city, state, and an island country. A worldwide center point for instruction, diversion, finance, medical services, human resources, development, coordinated operations, fabricating, innovation, the travel industry, exchange, and transportation. It is likewise a middle for artistic expression and diversion, business, and transportation. It's additionally quite possibly the most costly city on the planet to live in. While I don't lean toward living in the overrated lofts the size of a brush wardrobe that you can get in Singapore, I find the country alluring for the overwhelming majority of different reasons. It is an extraordinary area for seaward gold stockpiling and offers an appealing duty framework. Number 2. Macau SAR, China. Second on the rundown of the most extravagant Asian nation is Macau SAR, China. It is a self-overseeing district situated in East Asia, on the contrary bank of the Pearl Waterway estuary from Hong Kong. The travel industry represents a huge piece of its GDP, yet trade situated, material and pieces of clothing assembling, banking, and other monetary administrations likewise assume significant parts in the economy. China is the world's biggest assembling economy and exporter of merchandise. It is additionally the world's quickest developing shopper market and second biggest merchant of products. China is likewise the world's biggest purchaser of various wares, and records for about a portion of worldwide utilization of metals. China is a net shipper of administration items. Number 1. Qatar. First, of the main 10 most extravagant Asian nations is Qatar. It is arranged in Western Asia and has a boundary with the government of Saudi Arabia, a part condition of the Bay Collaboration Committee (GCC) toward the south. The remainder of its domain is limited on all sides by the Persian Bay. The shipment of oil and melted oil gas abroad is the essential driver of its economy. Oil and flammable gas are the foundations of Qatar's economy, and record for over 70% of absolute government income, over 60% of GDP, and generally 85% of commodity profit. Qatar has the world's third biggest demonstrated flammable gas hold and is the second biggest exporter of petroleum gas. How was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comments section below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.